Obamacare promised to reduce your insurance rate, but that's not quite the case. Take California, for example. The insurance cost for a 25-year-old is on average $92. When Obamacare kicks in, that could shoot up to $205. And for a 40-year-old, the price would climb from $121 to $261.
Let's expand on that with the doctor who happens to also be a congressman out of Louisiana. Congressman Bill Cassidy, welcome.
Hey, thank you, gentlemen.
Great to see you. So is this prediction in rate hikes something that you foresaw when this went into play?
Absolutely. Whenever you have the government involved with more rules and regulations and mandates, inevitably cost is going to go up. Market forces lower, government forces increase.
Aren't more people going to have insurance, so those people that weren't paying you to begin with are now going to be on the books?
We sure hope so. On the other hand, there is going to be certainly an effect that as the average family has to pay this much more for their insurance, they're just not going to get it. And sure, the government may tell them to do so, but at some point, if you can't afford it, you can't do it.
You know, your side has been saying, look, this is not going to be what it was advertised, and now that's turning out to be true. And now we've got this IRS scandal, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to limit the IRS impact when it comes to Obamacare.
Yeah, so if your viewers don't know, the Obamacare requires thousands of IRS agents to implement the law.
16,000?
It sounds like a good number, a bad number.
But accurate number.
Accurate number. They're going to go through the small businesswoman's books to make sure that she actually has the number of employees that she claims and that she has adequate insurance. That's a little scary when you see what the IRS has been doing with their political targeting.
Do you feel as though that you'll be able to make any progress because of what the IRS is going through right now?
Yeah, I think both the rate shock and the IRS scandal is going to cause some concerns on those who previously were not. Someone like me who's been seeing patients who lack insurance for the last 20 years, I've seen these problems. I knew it was coming. Now others, I think, will be aware. Hopefully the president won't be too proud to make some changes.
You just recently voted to repeal Obamacare again. Of course, you know, with this president there, that's not going to happen because he would veto that. But what can you do?
Yeah, so one thing you have to do is continue to point this out. If you notice, there was a big kind of mainstream media push that the rates in California were actually lower until you looked at it and you saw, no, they're 100% higher. So it takes that sort of kind of calling out in order to kind of acquaint the families watching this that your policies are going up, have been going up, and unless we do something, they will continue to go up.
Well, look to see if the people out there are actually as alert and tuned in to the IRS, what they've been going through and where they're going, and their role they'll play with Obamacare. Representative Bill Cassidy, thanks so much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Meanwhile, later in the show, we're going to hear from a Texas doctor who's refusing to accept insurance altogether. He adopted a pay-as-you-go model. I think you pay $10 and you see a doctor.
Meanwhile, Donald